Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Impact. Y'all, we always gonna tell y'all we miss you because we wish we could talk to you every day. But guess what? We're here in the building. A few weeks ago, we just ran through our 1 year anniversary from our first episode. Talk to us nice or don't talk to us twice. Thank you. And so we back again with another episode, another fire entrepreneur. I'm talking about big heat energy. I don't know where y'all are, but it's a little cold over here. So we had to bring in some heat. So not only from where she's from, but the industry and the business that she got going. So let's see who she is, what she does, and why she's here today.
You know what? I really appreciate you having me here today. So, I flew all the way from Houston to come to New York. I just could not miss this moment. My name is Chantel McCarver. Many know me by Shan. I'm originally from Plainfield, New Jersey, but I was raised in Trenton, New Jersey to be exact. But I've been living in Houston for about 8 years now. So with that being said, I decided to venture off into the entrepreneurship world, develop business of my own. I am now the owner of Bella Luxury Stays, which is a boutique style property management group in which we specialize in short-term rentals, specifically my platform of choice, Airbnb.
Beautiful. I love it. And so y'all already know when we did our introductory video, we told you how we done graduated with the real estate. So y'all already know I got the goosebumps going, right? So how did it all start? Why did you choose the real estate industry?
Listen, I've always been obsessed with the real estate industry. So basically, it really started from just watching shows on TV. I was the HGTV girl, the fixer-upper, the tiny houses. Like, those were all of my things. And then plus, I always loved interior designing. Mm-hmm. Just looking more into the real estate industry, what really made me decide that I wanted to hone in on that business is because real estate is not going anywhere.
Right.
Just like the medical industry, real estate isn't going anywhere, right? So with that being said, I'm like, this is definitely a business that I feel like I can venture into. Thinking big, I'm like, I want to have my own properties. I want to be able to rent out to people on a long-term basis. But because I'm not quite there yet, I decided to take a different route and do short-term renting instead.
Yes, on the way to the big route.
Yes, exactly.
And that's a fact because, at least from the whole shebang about the whole pandemic, epidemic, demic, whatever it was, food, shelter, and health. Like, always guaranteed. So if you're looking for a field that you could get into and you need something sturdy regardless, look into those 3 definitions. Now with the Airbnb, have you ever experienced the Airbnb before tapping into the industry?
Absolutely. Okay. So I was a customer myself.
Okay.
Anytime I was traveling, always Airbnb. Why is that? It's because even though I do rent from hotels a lot, book stays there, also, just traveling with a group of people. We want to have our own house. We want to have our own space. We want to have multiple bedrooms. And we want to have a cooking space. We want to have all of those amenities that we're not necessarily going to be able to get inside of a hotel.
Right.
So with that being said, anytime we're traveling somewhere, always booking on Airbnb, right? So then I decided to myself, I'm like, if I'm a client of Airbnb, then I need to be a host of Airbnb, right?
Giving them money,
right. So let's circle that back around. I'll put money in your pocket, so you put money back in mine. Right. And then outside of that, I have been studying the Airbnb industry for about a couple of years now. So it's not something that I just decided to jump into on a whim.
Right.
I actually studied the industry before I decided to get into the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Always research. With the Airbnb, it seems like you enjoyed it, you used it a lot, and then you tapped into it. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to real estate, I feel like there's so many different angles that you can hit it from.
Right.
So there's also real estate investing that I do see a lot happening, more frequent than I did before.
Okay.
Now, how did you know that you wanted to go the route of Airbnb as opposed to the real estate investing for Shan?
Gotcha. So definitely familiar with real estate investing, right? However, I decided to take the Airbnb route that I'm currently on because I decided that it was going to be an easier startup, number one, less money that has to be put out on the table, number two. And then also for number 3, my main focus is to be able to utilize other people's properties to make money off of them. So none of the properties that I have, I own, right? there are owners of these properties, and then I come in and I do rental arbitrage, which is where I make money off of other people's properties.
Absolutely.
So I don't have to own the building, right? I'm not saying that you have to do that in real estate investing, but I don't have to own the building. I don't have to do any of that. Basically, I'm going to be signing a long-term lease, and then in hindsight, I flip it, and then I'm able to rent it out to other people on a short-term scale.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes, absolutely. And so that also makes sense with the fact, because of real estate investing, it's like you don't have to put your money out, but if you don't put your money out, then you're just selling it to another buyer. You're not really getting a consistent income from it.
Exactly.
So I can definitely see the difference between the two. And so, I mean, what do you love most about what you do, about the Airbnb, about the luxury stays?
Okay. So what I enjoyed the most is going to have to be the hospitality part of it. So I love being able to connect with these different guests that are coming to me and are looking for the stay. My whole business model is to be able to provide a luxurious stay, whether it's for business or for pleasure, right? So with that being said, my main focus is to be able to give my guests something that other hosts are not giving to their guests.
Right.
I want to give them experience. I don't just want to give them a place to stay,
Right.
but I want to give them experience all together.
Yeah.
So not only does that come with the hospitality, not only does that come with the interior designing, but then it also comes down to the location and the property itself. So I think of everything as a whole to ensure that I'm providing my guests with the best experience possible. Because not only is Airbnb a platform where I'm able to pull my guests into, but also word of mouth goes a long way, right?
Absolutely.
So if you have a great stay with me, then what? You're going to recommend to your family, your homegirls, all that stuff. Yo, I was in Houston and I got a bomb Airbnb. Y'all need to check. I'm about to send you the link right now. Right? So that all goes into play. So that's my main focus. And that's the thing that I love the most. I love to be able to provide them with an experience all around the board. Absolutely.
And I definitely am. I'm just so ecstatic right now because I'm so happy. The word hospitality, the real estate, like I feel like I'm the best friend for the whole year. But it's like how you said, even with social media, yes, it's a great platform, but word of mouth, I feel like it's so powerful because it's more personable.
For sure.
You stay in the Airbnb and now you're actually living through it, and you can say to somebody, rather than just sharing a post where 500 people liked it, but only 200 people really knew what it was.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So my guests are able to connect with other people, and they can let them know about what their experience is. So whether they're leaving a review on our platform, which I might add, we get 5-star reviews across the board, or whether you decide to share it with someone in person, you know? So that all plays a big factor for me. And I think that's something that's really, really important. So that's why I like to provide them with a great experience overall, whether it's for business, like I said, or for pleasure.
Absolutely. And so what would you say that really prepared you most for what you're doing now?
So before I got into the business that I am in now, right, I went to Morgan State University in Baltimore, Maryland, right? HBCU down. Yeah. So I went to Morgan State University. And then after that, you know, I went into the 9-to-5s, right? So I went in for my business administration degree, started working after that.
Yes.
And so that kind of really shifted me into the mindset of being able to learn about how to manage a business. Right? Now, obviously, when you get into the real world, things are a little bit different, right?
Absolutely.
So everything is just not as cookie cutter as it may seem whenever you're going to school, right? Yeah. There's real life experiences. Working my 9-to-5s, I realized that that's something that was not for me. I was like, okay, I love my job temporarily. And then I get to a point where I'm like, nah, it's time for me to go.
Right.
Because I knew at the end of the day, I wanted to be able to work for myself. I wanted to be able to create my own schedules. I wanted to be able to do all of that for myself.
Right.
So basically, between my education, my previous employment, all of those things have led me up to be able to configure the person that I am today and have the mindset that I have at this current state.
Absolutely.
So it kind of prepared me to be able to walk into a business of my own without having to go and show up at someone else's business.
Every choice you make, you can either learn from it or you can completely negate it. And I feel like you should go the route of learning from it so that you can get to the bigger picture.
Right. And I think that one of the things that people have misconstrued about me is they look at what's going on right now, right? This was a journey. I didn't just wake up.
Right.
And boom.
Right.
Right. So with that being said, I had to prepare myself for where I'm at today.
Absolutely.
I didn't just quit my 9 to 5s and boom, I wake up and I'm
Right.
making money on this platform. No, that it didn't work like that. I prepared myself to be able to leave those previous jobs. And then once I prepared myself to leave those previous jobs, I still disciplined myself, put myself on a schedule as if I was going to someone else's job every day, right?
Right.
Because that's what you have to do. Otherwise, you're going to slack, you're going to get lazy. And then at the end of the day, nothing's going to be done. Nothing's going to be accomplished,
right? You should have stayed at the 9 to 5.
Right, exactly. You should have got your ass, you know,
okay.
You should have got up and you should have clocked back in, right? But you have to realize that you have to clock in for yourself.
Yes.
So you have to have that,
Show up.
You have to have that shift. You have to have that mindset.
Yep.
I didn't just wake up one day and boom, this is what my life is like right now.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely prepared myself for where I am today. So I wrote down what I wanted to do, right? That's number one.
Mm.
And then I put some action behind it. Otherwise, we just sleeping on dreams.
Exactly. Wake up.
Wake up.
That alarm's going off. How many times you gonna snooze it? Give it a start. How many times you gonna snooze it?
Right. And those are the excuses that a lot of people make. Right? Hitting that snooze button is an excuse.
It's an excuse.
After excuse. It's either you really want it or you don't.
Or you don't. Plain and simple. And y'all already know how we get down. Excuses are tools of the weak and incompetent. So let's get on board the golden community with the luxury stays. Hello. And so it's giving progression. It's giving you're living your dream. And as you should, because I feel like your dreams are your reality as long as you make it.
Right.
And so where do you really see Bella Luxury Stays in the next 5 to 10 years?
Ooh, okay. So like I said, Bella Luxury Stays is a boutique style property management group, right? So not only do we have properties of our own, but then our focus is to be able to manage other people's properties as well. So let's say you have a property that maybe you're not necessarily wanting to be hands-on, you just want to collect the check, right? So then that's when you circle around to us where we're able to manage that property for you.
Absolutely.
We're still able to give your guests that 5-star experience as well. Treat it as if it's our own.
Right.
So in the next 5 to 10 years, baby, Bella Luxury Stays is going to be in several different states, okay?
Yes.
We're going to have several different clients, okay, all over. So we're just really looking to expand the business as a whole, to be able to not just continue to acquire properties of our own, but to help other people manage their properties as well.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I'm so excited. We have some things on the back end I was talking to Shane about. This will be a connection forever. I need it to be.
You know what? I just want to say that I really appreciate you having me on the show today.
Yes.
When you presented this opportunity to me and then you showed me what it was like, I was like, yo, like, is this my inner soul sister? Like, I love the energy. Like, I was like, yo, I gotta make this work. Remember we was going back and forth? My schedule is like crazy today, but I was like, I have to be able to fit some time in for today. And I appreciate you having me here.
Absolutely. We are so grateful, honestly.
Thank you.
And we don't even want to wrap it up, but you know, Shane got stuff to do, so I won't be greedy. But I mean, slowly.
You gonna have me back?
Absolutely.
I'm coming back.
We do 6-month catch-ups, but if you're in New York before then,
come on, I'm coming back.
You got the number, the email, the Instagram, all that.
Stalk me down,
right? And so now we're slowly coming down from the climax. For our viewers, for our subscribers, a lot of people don't just have one thing going on. Mm-hmm. Now, for you, is it just Bella Luxury Stays, or do you have a family? Do you have things that are going on? How can people kind of relate to you and who you are if they want to get into the industry?
Listen, I tell people all the time, like, I try to be, especially on my social media, I try to be as relatable as possible because I'm an everyday regular person like you.
Right.
I get up and I go to work. I'm a mother, so I have to tend to my child, right? I'm a dog mom, so I have to tend to my other little baby, right? I have a house to clean. I have groceries to pick up. I have to go to the dentist and the doctors and the school events. I'm doing everything just like everybody else.
Right.
The only difference between maybe me and the next person is that I decided that I was going to put my business on the forefront and really push it to where it's currently at today.
Right.
And where I see it being in the next 5 to 10 years. They still call me to pay the light bill and the water bill. Like, I still got to handle my handle.
Right.
You know, it's just that
it's feasible.
It's definitely feasible. Anybody can do it. I always tell people, if I can do it, you can do it too.
Right.
I'm not a magician. I'm not doing anything that's magical.
Right.
Just get up, have your mindset and put some action to it.
Execution. Y'all know that's our favorite word too. We got so many favorite words on this channel, guys. So write them down because the vocab is crazy. And so, I mean, with that being said, it's great to know that this industry is feasible, but also a passion for you, it seems like.
Absolutely.
Even from college, after college, into now. So
absolutely.
We just wish you all the best from the Goals to Impact.
You.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And so now with that being said, is there anything that's on the up and up or anything coming up that our viewers, our audience can really help you with or help support you?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, me helping to support other people. So let's spin it like that. So basically, outside of the business that I have right now, as far as Bella Luxury Stays, I also try and give back to other people. So many people want to know about the business. They want to be able to tap in, right? So therefore, I have gone into educating other people about how they're able to acquire their short-term rentals, right? Okay. With that being said, I have ebooks, I have webinars, I have all of that available to help people get their Airbnbs up or their short-term rentals in general, because it doesn't have to necessarily be an Airbnb.
Right.
A short-term rental can be on any hosting platform of their choice. Airbnb just happens to be mine.
Right.
So just basically me giving back and educating other people on how to get their foot into the door and do it properly, right? So there's a lot of people that do undercuts. There's a lot of people that get into the business, right? And they don't do it the right way. Now you're looking over your shoulder left and right, and then you're taking those risks, and that risk can potentially be a waste of time, a waste of money, all of those things. So my main focus is to teach people how to do it the correct way. The real goats are going to see it all the way through. You just have to stay the course.
Absolutely. Rest in peace, Kobe, because you know the goats is still here. We doing what we gotta do.
Right.
And so now how can they contact you? How can they find you for those ebooks or get in touch?
Yeah, so you can be able to go directly to my website, which is www.bellaluxurystays.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Bella Luxury Stays, and also my personal Instagram, where you're going to see the real authentic me, which is at Big Shan, and that's 5 N's, BIGSHANNNNN.
I like that. 5 N's, just like the reviews, right?
5 N's, right? I like that.
Use that.
Yes. So that, and then of course, if you want to send me an email, it's going to be info@bellaluxurystays.com.
Absolutely. This was such an amazing experience, and I really hope y'all took the time to tune in. We want to thank you again for coming out.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We are so greatly appreciative. The fact that a whole year has gone by, we have over 50 plus episodes. We got our new Golden 360, our LLC forms. We're just moving along, and I'm just so grateful because, like we said from the first episode, if y'all tune it in, then we gonna succeed together. So I hope all of y'all are winning, healthy, and just enjoying the love that is brought to you today. Don't forget to subscribe. Definitely leave us a like. And y'all already know, bang that bell for the next episode. We'll see y'all real soon.